I'm going to share with you one tool that 95% of contractors and 99% of DIYers will never actually ever need. And it's a rear handle saw. The reason why is because they're heavy, they're bulky, they're cumbersome, and honestly, a lot of people don't need all the power that these have. Mostly taken in that newer saws. Your common standard saw has almost just as much power as these things do. And they get 99% of the jobs done. Now, unless you're working in the roof or you have to do a lot of overhead cuts or a lot of drop cuts, like cutting down, doing drop cuts and stuff like this, or doing upward vertical cuts, or ripping heavy material, or working with paralams, blue lams, or beams, really not going to need this thing. You'll be able to get away with your atypical everyday circ saw. So don't really get too excited on buying one of these, because honestly they're not really practical this day and age. Back in the good old day when they were worm drive and corded saws just didn't have the power that they did, they were beasts. They were extremely handy. But nowadays these saws have almost as much power as these things do and are more comparable than the old days of the old worm drive and the old corded saws. Back in the day, a worm drive saw was the most powerful thing in the world. But nowadays, these things here are starting to get to be more powerful than even the old worm drive saws. So don't panic if you don't own one of these, because honestly, I only use this for ripping heavy materials, working with beams, or if I'm going to be doing a lot of drop cuts in awkward positions where this is going to cause me to have to kneel down or bend over more. So not an absolute necessity to own. Just get yourself a good old circular saw, left blade left, blade right, whatever one you're comfortable with. I, being right-handed, I prefer blade right because it was designed for right-handed people. Elbow in line with the blade when you're holding it to allow you to keep straighter cuts, and just easier to handle. But anyways, one tool that really is not a necessity anymore. And that's just my opinion.